Okay, there we go. We live.
Great evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again. So excited to be with each and every one of you on tonight. Listen, tag somebody, share this with somebody, let them know that we are live. For y'all who don't know, my name is Martisha Tish LaCroix. First known on the squad is Jersey. That's a story for another day. But tonight we're going to share the opportunity, which we are kind of sort of. But my sister friend and mentor and coach and the sister Maven herself said, let's go together. Now I'm gonna forewarn everybody. I don't know what's gonna happen tonight. I just know we're gonna go out together, okay? It's gonna be fun. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time, so y'all already know where I'm at. But I'm excited because I don't have to go along to be alone. And I posted today that was my first flyer when I officially became a member of this space, and it took me back to when we were in Atlanta, and we're not going to share that whole Atlanta journey. But what we will say is, I'm forever grateful that they saw me, that they wanted me to be a part of their situation. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, y'all. Like we laugh about it now, but it was not funny at the time. But I'm grateful tonight. We're gonna have a casual conversation with the sister Maven herself. I have another special guest. So listen, share the video, comment on the video, tag somebody in the video. We all over the Facebook tonight. I don't know, Camille. I'm just, I get to see you from different perspectives. A lot of people don't get to see you like I see you. I see the perspective. And so I'm gonna say this: being around you is fun. Like it's like work fun though. Like it's like on 25 fun. Like Dr. Joseph, we gotta do this. I'm like, what are we doing? Like
All the time.
It's an ever changing thing, but it's a good thing because it makes me not want to be still and stagnant and stuck. And it's always a creative thing. And I love that about you. I also love the fact that y'all, this is what I love about this wealth circle. Because we have a different relationship. We have the wealth version and we have a relationship. And it's funny, like when we're doing something new, or you're like, hey, I need you to do this. Like, get on this, right? It's funny, but I love the fact that you want me, like, because it's personal. You want me to win, and that what makes the difference. You could keep all the stuff to yourself. We'd be like, no, we're gonna do this. I'm like, yes, let's do this. So I'm grateful for that. I really, really am grateful for that, like for real.
Yeah, it's definitely about, posturing yourself and putting yourself around people who gonna stretch you. Like whenever you put yourself in a position where you're gonna be mediocre or average, and not at a point of discomfort, you're not gonna grow to what your true potential really is.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it is I'm able to stretch you because I'm being stretched.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like a ripple effect. But what we have to realize is that we have to constantly surround ourselves with people who think big like we do, who, believe that the sky is not the limit. We go beyond the sky. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever you find yourself being complacent and comfortable, it's always about going back to see, like, is this person really helping me or were they hurting me? And it's not in a bad way of hurt, but like when I'm around this person, am I encouraged to grow? Am I encouraged to try something new? Am I encouraged to step out in something I never stepped in before? Or am I comfortable with just doing the same things that I've always done? And so you have to have that real conversation, with yourself. That's why we were on here talking, and we're going to be talking a little bit about education, wealth education, and why it's extremely important. It's so funny. I was talking to my tax accountant today, and I was like, man, I was looking at my, like, I have a bookkeeper who keeps all my books month after month, and then at the end of the year, my bookkeeper transfers all that information over to my accountant. So I was going back to look at my records, and literally year after year after year for the past, honestly, 8 years, my income has increased every year because I position myself in wealth education.
That's good.
If I wouldn't have positioned myself in wealth education, I probably would have been. And I think Freddie,
right there.
There she go.
Yeah, so let me say, now listen, did y'all hear the sister Maven? That's why you should have rich friends. She said that she don't even keep the books. The books went to the bookkeeper. The bookkeeper sent it to the
Yes.
all she did was sign a check. That's all. That's what you have. Okay, you have to have rich friends like I have. Okay, and then my other rich friend just got on here, the one and only First Lady Market Structure, Freddie McDougal. You know, it's something that you said though, because when the crazy part is I didn't know we all were at the same event at the same time. Freddie had reminded me she
reminded me. I didn't even realize she was there.
Yeah. I didn't know. I was like, you said, yeah, I remember, because I was like, do you remember all of that? She's like, yeah. And so I will say this, because sometimes, especially in this space, people think, you're connecting me because I'm a number. Ultimately, it's the things you get access to. Like, yeah, we have access to awesome products. Like, I think the best products in the market. But the truth be told, like, it's the relationships, because we've done, I would honestly, Camille, if we thought about it, we've done 10 times the things we've done outside of the space. Like, in all areas, like the things that have occurred between us in this, because of the space, we're able to do things outside of space. So I just think that the network alone, like you said, command you to greater. For me is like true. I mean, you just said, like, if I told you where I'm at with Texas, you'd be like, girl, get it together. I'd be like, yo, Jonathan emailed me. He was like, so are we gonna make it on time? Maybe, we'll figure it out. We're gonna make it on time, But look, I got the bookkeeper and she puts it together every month and then she sends it to the account. I just signed the check. That's rich friend stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I had to grow to that. Let me tell you, I had to grow to that, but I wouldn't have grown without mentorship. And I just want to do this plug because the common denominator between the three of us is our money mentor, Dr. Jewel.
Absolutely.
We would have never met each other without her. Let me be very clear, because it was her event that I was overseeing and y'all were attending.
Yeah.
Because we all, and that's what made this meshing together so strong, because we all desire for greater. And like, I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done with my taxes, my accounting, and all of that without her mentorship. So I just wanted to shout her out, because I know that God divinely placed her in my life to help me go to the next level.
She boss moves. Like, I think I was telling about the best part was washing her dishes. And people would be like, you washed the dishes. No, like, she was having a whole nother conversation. I was like, Lord, let me remember everything she's saying, and she's not even talking to me, because she's forever dropping nuggets. And you have to be like, hold on, let me record you. Or hold on, let me write this down.
Right.
And you just like, you just drop so much nuggets from a level of one of the few people I know who really exemplifies having it all. I can shout and serve God, and I can be rich.
Exactly.
Live a great life, and I don't have to choose, and I can have my kids in the best school, and we can travel. Like, she's the epitome of having it all and just making boss moves, and I love her for that. Like, that's what I, even I'll be quiet, I don't say a whole lot, I just be watching. I'm like, okay, right, so move here, move the money over there, jump over here. Like, she's just, and she's open to tell you and a lot of people at her level are not open to share the things you need to scale, or you need to become wealthy. And again, like you said, we were all at the same event, and look at how we just grown. And
because that had to be what, 4 or 5 years ago.
That was about that's
it had to be. And at that point, we was just straight swipe trades,
and that was harmonic. The harmonic
standard, yeah. Well, I just want to say, to your point, Camille, about Dr. Jewel, her name so suits her, because she is definitely that. She is a jewel. She is definitely rare in the fact that, no matter her status, what she has been able to acquire, I love the energy that she brings when she comes into the room, right? She is she's the type of person that, because I would think that if a person had acquired so much, she's doing TV, she is a multimillionaire, she's married to a multimillionaire, they're connected to some other people that are out in the world making waves and doing some very big things. But no matter what she is doing, and I can 100% say this, she always has time to pull someone else up, or for the little guy, so to speak. She's not too busy for the little person. And, her thing is always, and this is something that, one thing that she said, if you're doing better, if you're really doing better than someone else and you're really trying to help elevate a person from one place to another, right? Then there's no room for anything else. It's just growth, right? You want to push them, you want to help them to succeed and help them to grow. And I know that that's really her heart. That's who she's been. She has never changed.
No.
She has remained the same. And I so appreciate that in all of the almost 6 years that I have, been able to be in her presence. I'm so blessed. She has remained the same, and she's always trying to do everything that she can to be able to help someone else. And I so appreciate that. And I love, the degree of separation, being connected to people. Because you know what I love? She'll move out of the way and allow you to connect with who you need to connect to. She is the plug, man.
Yeah.
She is the absolute plug. She will move out of the way to allow you to connect, because maybe even if she doesn't have your answer, she's the plug in that she will connect you to your answer. So we got to give her credit for that. Like she is, we have to give her props, have to give her credit for that. She is the plug.
Cause she plugged us into this dope opportunity at IMS.
Yes, and she did. She's like, listen, there's an opportunity, it's gonna help you guys. And y'all know I've been super uber blessed because I've been able to learn a skill set and acquire some knowledge that I know that nobody can take this away from me, right? Mm-hmm. I've been connected to a system that has allowed me to learn this skill set, and I have learned, and I have grown. And, and I'm in this thing to win this thing. Yeah. And I have to give her credit for that, because before her, I didn't know anything about, Forex or anything like that.
I'll never forget. Actually, y'all, this Wednesday on April 6th will be me and Dr. Jewel's 6-year anniversary with I Am Mastery Academy. We've been with the company for 6 years this upcoming Wednesday. And let me tell you, one of the biggest things for me is when I see someone who has fruit on their life, like I'm quick to listen. I don't got time to try to figure it out. Like, you have fruit that I desire, so let me follow the leader, right? So 6 years ago, she said, somebody shared this company with her, and she was like, take a look at it, because that's her chief operating officer. She normally has me like look at companies and stuff like that. And we looked at IM, did some research, and me, her, Dr. Kathy, Dr. China, we all just signed up one after the other, like, let's go. We don't really understand, but we're going to go. And then literally a week after we joined, IM was having an event in Dallas. So me, Kathy, Dr. Jewel, China's husband, we all flew down to Dallas. And that's when we got a chance to meet Lawrence, who introduced us to Chris Terry. And, at this point, IM was only 3 years old. Yeah. Chris Terry was the educator. Him and Christopher Derrick, those are the only two educators. So to see 6 years later how we have over 100 educators, to see that instead of just the harmonic scanner, we got like 30 plus tools and strategies. You see what I'm saying? Like the elevation and the evolution. You see what I'm saying? And so that was her biggest thing, because she was like, I've had experience in Forex before. I never traded myself, but we know how Forex works and blah, blah, blah. So she was like, this is going to be important for us to learn, because it now puts us in control. And so that's why, on this live, I wanted us to kind of talk about why the education is important, because what happens is if you just solely rely on a tool or a person or a thing, you will position yourself to have to always start over. Yeah. Like, what you learn, nobody else can take away from you. Of course, we want to find easy ways to do things that require minimal work. But when those things or that person goes away and not giving trade ideas and this and that, like, what do you have to fall back on? Can you still keep moving? Can you still keep trading? Can you still keep growing? Yeah. Or are you running looking for the next opportunity because you didn't seize the opportunity that was in front of you? And that's been my biggest thing. Like, everybody needs continual education where our money is concerned, because we have different professions that we're a part of, and they require us to have continual education. So why do you think people think education where their money is concerned isn't important?
I think, and here's the thing that I do, to what you said. The thing about it is that I believe if what I am with us, you start out taking market ideas. You in that moment, I'm telling you, you will know whether you a gambler or you serious. Like the market will try you. Freddie calls it therapy. Okay, you know where you are mentally when you're in this market because it's gonna try you and it's gonna win every time. Like it ain't. I mean, you're gonna win, but I mean, ultimately you got to learn how to play by the market's rules. But the beauty of, I think, the education we have is that you can start that way. You can start out taking market ideas, using proper risk management and winning, and you don't feel like I gotta wait till I graduate per se to see results. But the other piece of something you said that I think is so powerful, I think when we get to a certain point, we think we know everything. We stop learning.
Yep.
Oh, I graduated college. I'm like, me too. That don't mean nothing. Like, I don't even leave with college degrees. I'm like, yeah, they're there, right? But I realized that I can't event manage and talent manage forever. Like that's to be realistic. And do I ever think I would ever fully retire? Probably not. But I don't want to have to go as hard. And I don't want to be in a place where I can't, that the kids, when they would come up, they start with the struggle. Because it is what it is. If you really thought about it, have you really equipped them with life skills, with financial skills? You can learn anything. Like, let's be clear, you can learn anything. But the underlying tone is, did I teach you proper money management? Did I teach you proper wealth management? Did I teach you how to keep Big Mama house because they're going to put a development across the street charging people $500,000 and my grandma only paid $12,000 for that house? Did I teach you how to let it go long term and not for the short term results? And I think that that's the issue. The issue is not that we can't learn, we don't want to. We don't want to take the time to sit there and say, if I learn this, how much better off I could be. And I started with saying this very thing. Yes, the products are great. Yes, I'm learning to trade, but you're not even in the environments of the right conversations. Because who is challenging you to say, I need more and I want more? And I'm gonna send it to you. I started one of the Bibles, one of the series I was been listening to on YouTube because I've been filling my mind with the word, let the word play while I work. And he was saying how the impoverished mindset is saying that I decided this was okay. It was okay for me to be broke, or I'll say stuff like more money, more problems. Like the things that we say that cause impoverished mindset, that everybody has to go to college. Everybody don't have to go to college. Or I got to go to college on the government's dollar, or I have to, these different things that we've told our children, right? That, well, who gonna pay for it? Like we've already set them up to not have their belief up to learn something new. And I really had to go across my son. If I ever did that, like, tell me, because I'm like, you can have whatever you want to have. Like, I believe it's going to happen. But I think to what you said, Camilla, we don't want to learn. We feel like we've arrived. We feel like nobody can teach us anything. We feel like, well, I already know that, which always baffles the mind. Like, people got the answer, but now they're like, did you even try it? Like, you ain't even doing it. I'm confused. Like, how does that work? How you know that's the answer, but you ain't even trying to go for it? I'm confused.
Because the part that's crazy to me, and I think I feel like I am qualified to speak on it because I do have degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a bachelor's, I got a master's. When I first got into this space, I'm like, Camille, what the heck are you thinking? Why are you in school again? And because you're so used to going to school and not getting paid until you finish your degree. When you get into a money space or a wealth building space where you have the opportunities to learn a little bit and apply it, if you're not a millionaire in 30 days, then you say the system don't work. But you willing to go 4 to 8 years to get a degree without getting a check in that field at all.
Yeah. So
it's definitely a mindset shift because we equate that degree to real work. We take, like, I changed my major like 3 times, y'all. I was in undergrad for like an extra year or so. You see what I'm saying? Because I was just out there playing. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just in college because it sounds good. And then I done accumulated 6 figures in student loan debt to only be making 30.
How many, Camille? 6.
Six.
Me too. 6. For what?
6 figures. to be only making $30,000 to $35,000 a year and not even in my field.
That's the part that baffles the mind.
And so what happens is we get these degrees, and because we have a degree, no one can tell me anything, but the reality is them degrees won't let you be great. I set them degrees down so quick because them degrees wasn't paying me. I was still paying. I don't own them degrees till they was paid off. Let's be very clear.
Give them back. Like, you can have them back. That means
you can have them back. Like, that's how I felt. But I had to say to myself, okay, Camille, you spent 7-8 years in this schooling to not get what you want. You think you live in the American dream, and reality is an American nightmare, because the money that you making, you live in paycheck to paycheck, and you paying student loans back. So you decide to go back to school so you can get another refund check so they can defer your student loan payment.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You tied up in that was me.
Me too.
And I was like, okay, I took a risk on going to school. I'm gonna take a risk and learn this skill. And it was the best thing I could have done for myself, for my life. Period.
I mean, I'm a ditto everything that y'all just said. Ditto. Listen, I mean, look, I understand how, when you've done all this school, because we're all college graduates, you've done that extra training, that extra schooling. And I think that sometimes the thought of having to go back into continued education because of everything that you had to experience when you were doing continued education previously probably put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Just put it like that, But what I really love about this space for that reason is that it's a lot different, even though it's an education-based platform, you're given a community of support, right? So it's not like, when you went to college, and Tish, made this analogy. When you go to college, everything is it's basically on you. You got to figure some things out on your own, right? Nobody's gonna sit there and hold your hand through the entire process, or even that aside, you may be able to get some friends or build community, or you may not. What I really love about this particular space is the community, right? Being able to be surrounded by community and being able to learn, but not only while you're learning, be able to bounce ideas off of each other, having other people fact check your work, right? Fact check your progress, being able to say, okay, I'm trying to learn this, being able to have your learning curve shortened, right, by someone else's experience, someone else that may have learned a strategy or something. I've experienced that, whereas, I went and I love this video. Y'all go check it out. Y'all go to YouTube and check out Camille's harmonic scanner video. Absolute shameless plug, but not shameless. Y'all go and check it out. But what I'm saying is that you don't go to college and someone has, because of their experience and their growth, you're able to shorten your learning curve because of it. But we're able to be connected to each other in a way to where, because you've learned, now you can come back and, as I'm learning, give me little tips and little tricks and kind of make my learning process shorter, right? So now, whereas when I went to college, it took me 4 years, and then I had to go back and do another 2 or whatever to get this degree, to learn this skill, right? I have so many different things in place, so many different people throughout my community that come from so many different walks of life that help me to shorten that time period. So, I just want to say that because I think sometimes a lot of people kind of see education and they're like, oh, I done learned what I need to learn. I done what I need. I've been to school, right? But as you should always be open to growth, always open to learn, always, especially now. Yeah. Because what you learn in this day and age, with everything that we have going on, we have to look at things a different way. Because something that you may learn could be the very thing to save your life now, right? Absolutely. In this day and hour, we're living in. We're in the middle of a pandemic. You could learn a skill that could save your life and save your family's life, right? You could learn a strategy that could save your life and save your family's life. And so I'm just like, I always keep myself open,
Yep.
right, to being able to learn, to grow, as much as, you know, as they will input. I show up to the platform, I have my pen and my pad, and I'm willing to learn. And as much as they're pouring out, that's as much as I want to, you know, I want to take in. So I would encourage each and every person, like, to, you know, if you looked at it before and you're like, school, you know, consider take a second look,
It's just
because
about
it's well
making a
worth it.
decision.
Yeah, it's
Right.
about decision. You know,
Right.
one moment can change a million after it,
Whole life.
for the good or for the bad. Now, I feel like that, you know, right now a lot of people are at a crossroads. You know, a lot of people don't know what to do. You know, they don't know what they should do. Is there something better? Is there these things that we've been hearing about with crypto and all this stuff? Can I really understand? Right? Can I really understand what's going on? Can I enhance my life in this way? Can I utilize these tools and strategies? You know, and you absolutely can. Just to put the plug out there on crypto. You guys are not too late,
It's
right? We're looking at the charts every day. You're not too late to you know, to get in on the wave of something that's going to change lots of people's lives, you know, with crypto especially.
Yeah, it was something like the reality that I want you all to understand is the longer that you wait to make a decision, the more money you're losing. Let's be very clear. Because what's happening is every time we turn around, like when COVID hit 2 years ago, y'all, we didn't even miss a beat because we was positioned. We were praying for people because it was like 2 or 3 years prior, we made a decision because this space of foreign exchange and cryptocurrency, it protects you whether you are your personal economy, meaning your country, is on the right side or the wrong side of the market movement.
Yeah.
You're learning how to leverage. You see what I'm saying? So even like with Ukraine and Russia, when all of that started happening a month or so ago, it affected the euro in a crazy way. But the people that understood foreign exchange, they did not miss a beat. Those who understood crypto did not miss a beat. So now what you're seeing, I have an article right here, and it's talking about how the UK plans to make a global crypto asset technology hub. They're now running and jumping over into crypto. Why? Because when everything started happening over in Europe, and everything was happening with Russia and Ukraine, and the banks were limiting how much money people could withdraw, because people were going to the banks to get their money, you guys. They were going to the banks to get their money, but because the banking systems that we are a part of are centralized, they control our money. When we put our money in there, they are now officially in control, which is why many governments cannot stand crypto, because it is a decentralized space, which means it's FUBU, for us, by us, right? So they don't control it. So what happened was all these Ukrainians and Russians were going to their banks trying to withdraw their money, but the banks are like, you can only withdraw $20. The banks were like, no, you can't get no money. So these people can't get out away from this war because their money is tied up. So what happened? Ukraine started accepting donations through what? Crypto. Why? Because the banks had no control of letting that money get in or out. Do you see what I'm saying? And so these are the financial indicators that we want to make sure that you're paying attention to. So when you're watching the news and you're hearing these things, you're not supposed to just hear it to be able to say this happened. You're supposed to go in and say, what actions do I need to take for myself? Because even though it is happening over in Ukraine and Russia, doesn't mean it doesn't affect us here.
That's right.
Let's be very clear, because what happens is some people just be like, oh, that's over there, that's not here. But no, that affects us here as well. Do you see what I'm saying? We're dealing with major inflation right now because of the war. So you have people sitting here complaining about gas prices, but then I feel like, Lord, thank you so much, because my routine is the same, y'all. I go to the gas station, I put my phone up to the thing, I put the thing in the thing, and I sit in my car and be on my phone to that little button click.
She's so Sister Maven. I just tap my phone at the pump and
I'm like, I'm so unbothered by it. Why? Because I position myself. But you also have to remember the things that you focus on magnifies. Yeah. Whatever you focus on grows. So if you focus on the what's the word, disadvantage, or these things are happening, when you're focusing on the negative, you don't move in a positive direction. You get stagnant, and then you look up and you still in the same place or worse because your attention was in the wrong place.
That's good. That's
you see what I'm saying? So
that's awesome.
That's y'all know be writing my little nuggets, right? Y'all be talking such good stuff. I will say this though, you don't have to know everything. And that's the thing, that because I'm gonna use me and Freddie. If y'all hear Freddie whole for real story, you without excuse. Like if you heard the real backline story that we know about the first lady, I call the first lady market structure, you would be like, I have no excuse, right? But one thing I love about this space is that we all like something different, but we all come together. And so, one of the things that I liked was HFX. And then
HFX.
Yes.
So, I found a broker that I like. I was trying to tell him, like, y'all don't understand. This broker right here gonna change the game. And when I talked, Camille allowed me to teach the class to the whole entire global team. And Freddie says, listen, you got the broker. I know how to run the market. We're gonna make this work, right? Tell me how to work the broker, right? And what that meant was I may not be the math. I mean, she's boss moves when it comes to market structure. She's boss moves. And I may not be there, but I don't feel intimidated. She don't make me feel like, oh, well, she don't make me feel none of that. She's like, just look, let me show you these candles, right? Because she loves that. And I'm like, just learn it, but I understand the broker. So she's like, show me how to work this broker. And so I say that to say we all work together. You are not alone in this space. We all learning something different, and you don't have to master everything, but you can at least understand. Yeah, they know DCX is my weakest academy. Like digital credit is my weak point, but I know how to buy coins. Now I know how to do what I need to do when I need to do it. So I want y'all to know that don't feel like, well, this person knows this and this person knows that, and I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're here to support you in all aspects. The other thing I want to tell you is you got to bet on yourself. Like I see now, we're so busy betting on the government. We're so busy betting on the system. We're so busy betting on somebody else to save us. We're so busy giving other people permission to tell us if I can win. Like, that's like me saying, Freddie, will you think I do it? She like, no, like, she told me no. Would I not do it? Absolutely not. Because I know on the inside, now y'all know I could take it there, but I know on the inside that I know I was already a winner when I came into this earth. I already won. Like, so right. You got to stop waiting on everybody else to give you permission to make a decision that's going to affect you and your family. As Camille would say, at the end of the day. All right. At the end of the day, nobody's buying these steaks and these lamb chops over here. Okay. this housekeeper need to come over. No one's cutting this grass, and you can't care that you desire. Something that Dr. Jewel and Camille get on me all the time. The lawn care man, the housekeeper, the chef, that's my self-care. I don't have time to do that. Like I'll pick your little pie, honey, a little Sunday dinner. I'll do my job as a wife. But every day I got stuff to do. Okay.
Become producer activity.
It's not making any money. I'm not selling no pies. I'm not selling no pies. And so that's part of my self-care, because some of us are burnt out trying to do everything and don't see no fruit of nothing. And I don't want to be that. I just don't want to be that. And so I'm saying it to say, you got to bet on you. Mm-hmm. Nobody else. Like that's the beauty. That's what I loved about this space. Like at the end of the day, it's about me and the chart. At the end of the day, okay, it's about me and the chart. It's about me and how much work I want to put in to live a better life, to live a different life. Aren't you tired of running through that same neighborhood that you want to live in so bad and not pulling the trigger? Aren't you? I don't even talk about gas. I'd be like, child,
right?
Gas, because you know that your ends are going to meet and you're going to walk in the oval, because I made decisions, right, to grow my money. I made decisions to say money is going to work for me. I made decisions to say I am, I'm worthy of a better lifestyle, and I don't have to keep hoping and wishing for it. I can put in the work that makes it happen. And and the thing is, people say it's hard work. No, it's just working hard.
Right.
It's not, nothing is hard. It's just work. And how much are you willing to commit to the work? How bad do you want what you really want?
Yeah, and one thing that you said that stuck out to me, because this was one of the biggest things that Dr. Jewel has always taught me. Sometimes you have to stretch and add things on so you can grow. So like when I got real serious about building my business, and I knew that the time to take to clean the house, I knew I wasn't gonna cut no grass. Some stuff I'm just not gonna do. Let's be very clear. Before I felt like the money was there, I had to just step out and pay for those things. And when I saw the freedom that came where I didn't have to clean my house, when I was able to come home and my house was clean, it stretched me to produce more, because I was like, I don't want this to be a one-time thing. I want this to be a continual. I want this housekeeper every month. I want them cutting my grass every week. I want these things. So I say that to say there's never going to be a perfect time, but you have to make a decision in your mind what you want your life to look like. And some of those things you just have to sacrifice to do, because once you expose yourself to it and you get the feeling of how it feels, you're like, okay, what I got to do to keep that?
Yes.
Like, yeah, I've had a housekeeper, like even when I was in an apartment, let's be very clear. I had a housekeeper. I'm like, yo, I got somebody doing, I had a girl before she moved coming to do meal prep at my house. Now I got a company that does meal prep for me weekly because I don't like to cook. You know? We know.
We know.
Because I was, and some people are like, you're just being lazy and this and that. No, like, I feel this is the way I look at it. I'm able to employ people.
Come on, that part.
Like, the thing, hire your weakness. Yeah. What I was able to do was hire my weakness, and when in hiring my weakness, it gave me more freedom to move and grow. And in that movement, that freedom to move and grow, I was able to produce more, so I can accomplish more of my goals. You see what I'm saying? So you always have to think from that mindset. But when people be like, you can just cook, you can just clean your house, I don't want to. I just don't want to. So the Lord blessed me to be able to employ some people, because, you know, that's just how I look at it. So I got a lot more people to employ, because there are a lot more things I don't want to do.
Well, for me, y'all, it's been just such a blessing, because, you know, when I was not able to return back to work and didn't know if I would have to try to figure something out or whatever the case may be, this has been such a life-saving opportunity for myself, because then when I got to the point to where it was like, oh, shucks, I really don't have to worry about ever going back to work. And then it was, oh, shucks, you know what I'm saying? I really do. I mean, because along the journey, I mean, I just have to just, you know, thank God that, you know, I get to wake up every day and have freedom.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't realize, you know, how important or how much you needed something. You know what I'm saying? Or how much, you know, something is a blessing, you know. And these days when I'm waking up and of course I'm waking up to work, you know, we grind, we do what we need to do. But having freedom, you can't put a price on that. Like, how do you put a price on having your freedom? How do you put a price on, you know, not having to worry about returning back to the workforce for someone else to control your day, your life, which is going to have an impact on your quality of life, right? I have to ask someone, can I spend time with my family? I have to ask someone, can I spend time with my children? You know, my daughter had a field trip the other day, you know, and I didn't have to pre-make arrangements, you know, with anybody. I knew when she said, Mommy, you know, I got a field trip on this day. Okay, cool. All right, we'll get it together. With no thought, right? The little things that, you know, I didn't think about before. It's dawning on me, you know, I really got my freedom. And another thing, you know, I got a portion of my freedom. I'm working on that other level of freedom, you know. But I got that portion of, Yeah, but I got that portion of freedom where, you know, I'm getting my time. I have my time. You know, you can't put a price on that. And another thing that has been such a blessing to me, y'all, is being able to be a blessing to other people. You know, being able to really be a blessing to other people, because that's one of the reasons why I've, you know, focused so hard to just go in so hard to learn, to grow, to be in this space, to glean from other people, right? So that I can take what I have, a portion of what I have, to be able to go out and help other people. And I've been able to do that. And that's been one of the greatest joys and one of the greatest blessings to me in this space. Because aside from my family is going to be benefactors, all of our families are going to automatically be benefactors because they're assigned to us. But y'all, being able to go out and do things for others, to be able to put people down on a list, and you know you're excited because you know that you're about to be able to do something major in their life that's going to change their life. That's giving me like so much joy, y'all. Like, really giving me so much joy. People are going through something and you're able to slide in and say, hey, don't worry about it, I got you. That gives me so much joy. So I'm just like, you know, listen, there's no way. There is no, I 1000% would never take my decision back from connecting. And I'm so glad that I said yes, but above all, that I said yes to myself. That I gave myself permission to grow, to expand, and I allowed myself the space in the room to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because and I didn't think, you know, I can't. It was always, I'm gonna get this. I got this. Because look, I mean, because Tisha's saying, like, you know, she market structure, and y'all know I get on them charts and it's like, what's up? You know, but you know, there was a point in time where I didn't understand that stuff. I had 2 strokes and an anoxic brain injury. I was looking and I couldn't grasp, but I didn't give up on me.
Yeah. Good.
I didn't give up on myself. And because I didn't give up on me, and because I stayed the course, just like other people that have come before us, we talked about Dr. Jewel, because she didn't give up. Now we're going to be benefactors. We're benefactors of that. Other people will be benefactors of the fact that I continue to learn and continue to grow. Yeah. And I'm going to be the plug for someone else to be able to experience.
Somebody else.
Yeah, you know, somebody was the plug for me. Now I got to go be the plug for someone else. And I'm just like, I'm overjoyed and I'm excited because, you know, being able to help has been one of the greatest joys of this whole experience for me.
Yeah.
I know Camille about to rap. I know
you felt it.
I felt it in her spirit. I felt
it. I know her rap. Look, y'all, I've never heard of how she do. Camille, before you rap though, I want to know favorite product, favorite educator. Okay. I love all the educators, but you gotta have your favorite. You like, I gotta be on these sessions. Favorite product, favorite educator.
Can I do my so?
No, you can't do favorite academy because I already know that's gonna be. I know you.
Okay, so I would definitely say Kurt Cobain is my favorite educator.
Okay. I knew it.
He's my favorite DCX educator.
You know, besides Dr. Kathy, you don't know.
And then I'm biased, but I love Dr. Kathy and Lee Allen. You know, those are my girls. I was literally studying Lee Allen today and was studying Dr. Kathy last week.
They're so dope.
They dope, like
so dope.
For real. Like, those are my favorite educators. My favorite tool is Swipecoin Scalper. I love the Swipecoin Scalper because I love trading crypto. I love buying and holding crypto, but I also love leverage trading crypto because them swings and them moves be pretty fire if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty fire.
Okay, Freddie McDougal. I don't want to hear it.
I like everything.
We know.
We know.
Look, y'all, I love everything.
See, that's not fair because I like everything too. But she
okay. But you know, I'm if I had to pick one, you know, I'm a swing trader. I just like everything. Let me see. Oh my God, I love everything.
You got one. Come on.
I do. I like everything, but what do I like the most? Oh, that's a hard one. That's real hard.
You
That's
feel
tough.
it in HFX. You love the web slinger.
That's because it's a trending product. She
Yeah,
is.
Y'all know I love trading with the trend.
No, we
Yeah.
know. So, but favorite
Yeah.
educator though, Freddie though. Favorite educator.
I think I have to go with Lee.
Okay.
I thought you was gonna say Manny. I thought
I
you
like
was
them
gonna
both. I mean, you know, they're interchangeable both, man.
Yeah.
Lee.
Wow.
I like them
What
both.
about you, Tish?
Okay, so y'all already know I'm gonna go with my people. But I will say this: if Dr. Kelly ever watched this video, one day I'll tell her she like wrecked my life. When she used to do Zoom, this before she was an educator, she used to do Zoom calls, and Bonnie used to make me get on. I because I'm not increasing these numbers. It's 100 people. Y'all don't get on here. You're not doing it. She wrecked my life because we'd be waiting on the market and she would minister. I'm talking about 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm half asleep, but she will just give it all to you. Those are the best times I ever had her. So she's like my honorary favorite educator. But y'all know I love the Hourglass product. And I'm on market trap. But I've been doing better, Freddie. I've been trading the trend a little more. I'm liking it a little more. But favorite educator is Rico Rockstar Anderson.
Rico.
But I love him because he's so relatable. He means like you blown accounts, I blown accounts too. Like he's so everything you've experienced in this space, he has experienced, and he's not afraid to share that with you. And that's what I love about his sessions. He's just so cool. He's just chill. So yeah, Rico is my favorite right now. He's probably my favorite ever, but he's my fave. Like he's really with HFH. I'm not
I like him.
I love it.
Go ahead, Camille.
Okay. So with that being said, we want to make sure that you get plugged, okay? We want to make sure that you position yourself for wealth education. So if you're watching on one of our lives, if someone tagged you in this video, if someone shared this video with you, get back with the person that invited you to the call. We actually have a special promo going on right now where you can get plugged into this academy for $185 if you're picking the DCX pack, the FRX pack, or the HFS pack, or you can do like we do and go elite and get everything because we don't be leaving no money on the table. Let's be very clear. It's $324.95 to get started on the platform. And so we're excited. Remember, we are the plug. Yeah. I Am Academy is the source. So we're going to plug you to the source and we're going to win together, you guys. So get back with the person that invited you to the call. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the other side of money. Let's make it a great night. God bless.